has worked for many years on LED projects. He's done trade shows where he has done the entire booth with LED lighting, not only signage, but under work areas and pretty much the whole thing. An entire display. Also, with trucks and with vans, he's put various LED strips to accentuate the lighting in that area.
Mm-hmm. LED used to be very expensive. It wasn't unheard of to spend as much as $30 or $40 for a roll of 150 LEDs. Now you can get a 5-meter long roll of LEDs, 300 of them on that roll, for under $10 on Amazon.
But now that we live full-time in the RV, and most older RVs run off of incandescent and fluorescent.
Well, I've been going through and replacing all of the fluorescent. In fact, I've finished replacing all of the fluorescent lights with LED strip lighting, and all of the incandescent lighting. I'm in the process of replacing those. I've got about 90% of those changed over now. You can buy replacement LED bulbs for most of the applications in an RV. They've got them for fluorescent fixtures, they've got them for incandescent fixtures, and they're already made up and you just plug them in. It's plug and play. However, I'm thrifty and creative.
You mean cheap and creative. That's what
okay.
you mean.
I'm cheap and creative. And so LED strip lighting has been my choice for lighting for years. This video was going to show how we have done this on 2 examples. And at the end of the video, we're going to show you some of the other examples of the lighting that we've made up in the coach. This light fixture is one of 2 we have in our living room and dining area. The first one I did was to test the strip lights to see if 6 LEDs in each of the 3 lights would be enough, and to see if the bounce light would give us enough light that we needed in the area. I was happy with the result, as it gave us about the same illumination as the incandescent bulbs and virtually no heat. The second one is over the table and needed more light on the table rather than on the ceiling. This is what I did for that one. The first thing to do is disassemble the light fixture and remove anything that will not be reused. This is also a good time to clean the parts. I was going to replace all the old wires because they had been heat damaged. This is a good idea to do when you are rebuilding a lamp. Once it was disassembled, I could examine how I could modify the existing parts to direct the lights to the side and down to the table. The glass would help in directing the light down, so all I needed was to have the LEDs point to the side at the glass, and it would direct the light down. 1/2 inch copper tubing would fit on top of the old sockets, and the LED strip would be stuck on that, pointed to the side. The advantage of most of the LED strip lights is the self-adhesive backing that allows you to stick it to most surfaces. I attached 1 strip of 6 LEDs at a diagonal and wrapped it around like a barber pole. Then I added a strip of 3 more lights at the bottom. This gave me the most lights with the least number of solder joints. I'm not worried about water getting on the LEDs or the circuits, so I strip off the waterproof covering. This allows more light to be directed where I want it, and it makes it easier to solder the wires to the strip. Then it was just a matter of putting it back together, fishing the new wires through the tubes and other parts that the socket mount held in place. I later used super glue to bond the copper tube to the old socket mount. Then, attaching the wires together and connecting in the switch, this completed the reassembly of it. This produced much more light on the table and round about it. Another LED project that I did was to repurpose an old 120 volt AC desk lamp that Sherry was fond of. After disassembling and cleaning up the lamp, I found that the base would make a good place for a couple of strips of light to add accent. Then 4 rows of 9 LEDs would work well for the original purpose of the lamp, to provide light to a work area. It actually does this quite well, and it works well as a fill light for video as well. I added a switch to the base so I could turn it on and off, as well as a lighter plug on the cord so we can use it anywhere in the RV. Other examples of strip lights in our RV include the overhead fluorescent fixtures. I gutted these and used the housing, sticking the LED strips to the aluminum. This also works good as a heat sink. The light fixtures that used automotive type bulbs. Additional lighting around the mirror in the bathroom. For this I kept the waterproof cover because you never know, it might get splashed. Outside lighting was improved tremendously by replacing the automotive incandescent lights with LED strips in the same fixtures. As far as cost is concerned, I have replaced all of the fluorescent and most of the incandescent lights in our RV. I have spent about $40 on LED strip lights and other parts. Yes, it took more time than just replacing bulbs, but I also enjoyed the engineering exercise. So to me, this is an easy way to use less power and create less heat in the RV and still get more light at night or when we're doing a video.
Hi, thanks for watching our channel. Please, if you have any suggestions for any videos you'd like us to do, especially maybe RV repair or some type of dog grooming, please leave them in the comments below.